Oops.
So far, you've discovered that there are many different ways data can be used. In our everyday lives, we use data when we wear a fitness tracker or read product reviews to make a purchase decision. And in business, we use data to learn more about our customers, improve processes, and help employees do their jobs more effectively. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. One of the most powerful ways you can put data to work is with data driven decision making. Data driven decision making
Using facts to guide business strategy.
is defined as using facts to guide business strategy. Organizations in many different industries are empowered to make better data driven decisions by data analysts all the time. The first step in data driven decision making is figuring out the business need. Usually, this is a problem that needs to be
Source parts of the responsible partner supplier. Is engagement.
whatever the problem is. Once it's defined, a data analyst finds data, analyzes it, and uses it to uncover trends, patterns, and relationships. Sometimes the data driven strategy will build on what's worked in the past. Other times, it can guide.
To plus data. is it? Is it to uncover trends? Yeah, shits.
In fact, data driven decision making can be so powerful, it can make entire business methods obsolete. For example, data help companies completely move away from corded phones and replace them with mobile phones. By ensuring that data is built into every business strategy, data analysts play a critical role in their company's success. But it's important to note that no matter how valuable data driven decision making is, data alone will never be as powerful as data combined with human experience, observation, and sometimes even intuition. To get the most out of data driven decision making, it's important to include insights from people who are familiar with the business problem. These people are called subject matter experts, and they have the ability to look at the results of data analysis and identify any inconsistencies, make sense of gray areas, and eventually validate choices being made. Organizations that work this way put data at the heart of every business strategy, but also benefit from the insights of their people. It's a win win. As a data analyst, you play a key role in empowering these organizations to make data driven decisions, which is why it's so important for you to understand how data plays a part in the decision making process.
Definitely not this. Hmm. So, well, I guess these three, right? Yeah. Maybe maximize it. And so, Data and gut instinct. Detectives and data analysts have a lot in common. Both depend on facts and clues and make decisions. Both collect and look at the evidence. Both talk to people who know part of the story, and both might even follow some footprints to see where they lead. Whether you're a detective or a data analyst, your job is all about following steps to collect and understand facts. Analysts use data-driven decision-making and follow a step-by-step process. You have learned that there are 6 steps to the process. Ask, prepare, process, analyze, share, and act. Just gonna copy these over. So ask is asking questions to define the problem. Prepare is by collecting data and storing information. Process is to process data and process data by cleaning and checking the information. Analyze data to find patterns, relationships, and trends. Share data with the audience, and then act on the data and use the analysis results. But there are other factors that influence the decision-making process. You have read mysteries where the detective used their gut instinct and followed a hunch that helped them solve the case. Gut instinct is an intuitive understanding of something with little or no explanation. This isn't always something conscious. We often pick up on signals without even realizing. You have a feeling it's right. Why gut instinct can be a problem. At the heart of data-driven decision-making is data. Therefore, it's essential that data analysts focus on the data to ensure they make informed decisions. If you ignore data by preferring to make decisions based on your own experience, your decisions may be biased. But even worse, decision based on gut instinct without any data to back them up can cause mistakes. Consider an example of a restaurant entrepreneur partnering with a well-known chef to develop a new restaurant in a bustling part of the city's central shopping district. The well-known chef has several restaurants across the city, banking on their reputation. The restaurant entrepreneur and chef followed gut instinct and created another uniquely themed restaurant. However, fundraising efforts fell short to fund the opening of the restaurant after months of planning and preparation. The property will go back onto the market to be sold at a loss. Had the entrepreneur done more research, they would have found data showing prospective customers in the new restaurant location were very different from the chef's other restaurants. The more you understand the data related to a project, the easier it is to figure out what is required. These efforts will also help you identify errors and gaps in your data so that you can communicate your findings more effectively. Sometimes past experience helps you make a connection that no one else would notice. For example, a detective might be able to crack open a case because they remember an old case just like the one they're solving today. It's not just gut instinct. Data plus business knowledge is mystery solved. Blending data into business knowledge plus maybe a touch of gut instinct will be a common part of your process as a junior data analyst. The key to figuring out the exact mix for each particular project. Wait, what? Whoa. Oh, the key is figuring out the exact mix for each particular project. A lot of times it depends on the goals of your analysis. That's why analysts often ask, how do I define success for this project? Instincts could be a problem because our gut instincts may point us into a direction that is not aligned with the data shows or data tells or shows tells. I don't know. Yeah, shows. In addition, try asking yourself these questions about about a project to help find the perfect balance. To us, a project kind of results are good, be informed, and by answering the question being asked. How quickly does a decision to be made? For instance, if you're working on a rush project, you might need to rely on your own knowledge and experience more than usual. There just isn't enough time to thoroughly analyze all the available data. But if you get a project that involves plenty of time and resources, then the best strategy is to be more data driven. It's up to you, the data analyst, to make the best possible choice. You will probably blend data and knowledge a million different ways over the course of your data analytics career. And the more you practice, the better you will get at finding that perfect blend. Yeah. Project and time constraints. That spelled right. Oh, I'm missing the S. However, like, click on this, it now changes, but when I was clicking it earlier, it didn't change for some reason. you might have to rely on your gut instincts. Then, uh, when there are less time constraints. This as complete. Right, origins of the data analysis process. When you decide to join this program, you prove that you are a curious person. So let's tap into your curiosity and talk about the origins of data analysts or data analysis. We don't fully know when or why the first person decided to record data about people and things, but we do know it was useful because the idea is still around today. We also know that data analysis is rooted in statistics, which has a pretty long history itself. Archaeologists mark the start of statistics in ancient Egypt with the building of the pyramids. The ancient Egyptians were masters of organizing data. They documented their calculations and theories on papyri, paper-like material, which are now viewed as the earliest examples of spreadsheets and checklists. Today's data analysts owe a lot to those brilliant scribes who helped create a more technical and efficient process. It is time to enter the data analysis. It is time to enter the data analysis life cycle, a process of going from data to decision. Data goes through several phases as it gets created, consumed, tested, processed, and reused. With a life cycle model, all key team members can drive success by planning work both upfront and at the end of the data analysis process. While the data analysis lifecycle is well known among experts, there isn't a single defined structure of those phases. There might not be one single architecture that's uniformly followed by every data analysis expert, but there are some shared fundamentals in every data analysis process. This reading provides an overview of several, starting with the process that forms the foundation of the Google Data Analytics Certificate. The process presented as part of the Google Data Analytics Certificate is one that will be valuable to you as you keep moving forward in your career. Yeah, I think I captured all that already. Understanding this process and all of its iterations that help make it popular will be a big part of guiding your own analysis and your work in this program. Let's go over a few other variations of the data analysis lifecycle. Oh, okay, this is important. All right, so what is EMC? EMC's data analysis lifecycle. EMC Corporation's data analytics lifecycle is a cyclical. I'm getting dyslexic. With 6 steps. Discovery, pre-processing data, model planning, building, communicate results, um, oper- operationalize. It's pretty different from this. EMC is now Dell EMC. This model, created by David Dietrich, reflects the cyclical nature of real world projects. The phases aren't static milestones. Each step connects and leads to the next and eventually repeats. Key questions help analysts test whether they have accomplished enough to move forward and ensure that teams have spent enough time on each of the phases and don't start modeling before the data is ready. It is a little different from the data analysis lifecycle this program is based on, but it has some core ideas in common. Um, the first phase is interested in discovering and asking questions. Okay, data has to be prepared before it can be analyzed and used, and then findings should be shared and acted on. All right. I guess SAS has their own model. An iterative life cycle was created by a company called SAS, a leading data analytics solutions provider. It can be used to produce repeatable, reliable, and predictive results. I guess it has a seventh step, just evaluate, which um, this one doesn't have. SAS model emphasizes the cyclical nature of their model by visualizing it as an infinity symbol. Their life cycle has 7 steps, many of which we have seen in other models, like as prepared model. As prepared model and act. But this life cycle is also a little different. It includes a step after the act phase designed to help analysts evaluate their solutions and potentially return to the as phase again. All right. This one. Let's see. Project-based data analytics lifecycle. It only has 5 steps: identifying the problem, designing data requirements, pre-processing data, performing data analysis, and visualizing data. The data analytics project lifecycle is developed by Vignesh Prajapati. It doesn't include the 6th phase, or what we have been referring to as the act phase. However, it still covers a lot of the same steps as the life cycles we have already described. It begins with identifying the problem, preparing and processing data before analysis, and ends with data visualization. Big data analytics lifecycle. Wow, there are 9 steps here. Business case evaluation, data identification, data acquisition and filtering, data extraction, data validation and cleaning, data aggregation, representation, data analysis, data visualizations, utilization of analysis results. That sounds like that. This life cycle appears to have 3 or 4 more steps than the previous life cycle models, but in reality, they have broken down what we have been referring to as preparing a process into smaller steps. It emphasizes the individual tasks required for gathering, preparing, and cleaning data the analysis before the analysis phase. What's the key takeaway here? From our journey to the pyramids and data in the ancient from our journey to the pyramids and data in ancient Egypt to now, the way we analyze data has evolved and continues to do so. The data analysis process is like real life architecture. There are different ways to do things, but the same core ideas still appear in each model of the process. Whether you use the structure of the Google Data Analytics Certificate or one of many other iterations you have learned about, we are here to help guide. We are here to help guide you as you continue on your data journey. Sweet. Ooh, there is quiz. Oh, it's a practice quiz. I thought the learning objectives. Okay, since it's a practice quiz, I don't have to worry about reviewing material that I already have. So let's try this. Okay, test your knowledge on data ecosystems. Which of the following statements best defines data? Data is a collection of facts. You fill in the blank. In data analytics, the data ecosystem refers to the various elements that interact with one another to produce, manage, store. Ooh, did I remember this? Luckily, this one stands out the most. I think it's the right answer. I don't think merge ever came up or ingest. I'm pretty sure it's organized. Which of the following terms refers to the collection, transformation, and organization of data in order to draw conclusions, make predictions, and drive informed decision making? This one, all these terms have appeared before, unlike these two right here. So I think it's this one, but I'm not too certain. I don't think it's data elements. And I completely forgot what this was. It was a term that I wrote down somewhere, but I think it's that an airplane collects, observes, and analyzes its customers' online behaviors. Then it uses the insights gained to choose what new products and services to offer. What business process does this describe? Data driven decision making? All right, let's submit that and see where we are. Nice, got it all right. So one completely messed up. Nope, did that. Okay. Yes, I'm done. I'm done for this session, so